Hello, everybody, again, and welcome to another episode of Stock Talk. I am your host, Mike, and with me is the favorite ninja, and also we have Kameo Okomea. Hey, get your shout outs there.
Hey there, this is Kage. How's it going?
Good there, Kage. What do you got going on there, Kameo?
What I got going on? Just another day in the hood. Another dollar.
Are you headed to the rescue for the East Coast swing to bring supplies to the frigid?
No, I'm not bringing supplies to anybody. They're bringing them to me.
Ah, so there we have it. There's the first rate report. We don't have a weather report, but we will have one maybe on Thursday of conditions on the ground. So hopefully they get better out there. They're gonna need some of this. One of the stocks we're gonna talk about this summer. They're gonna need some of the oil from this thing. We're gonna go into some of the deals there. Appreciate the show. Kameo, going into with the stocks we talked about yesterday with the weed and all that. Mama was watching the show and she's like, "What were you guys doing yesterday?" And I was all, "Weed." And she's all, "Get the hell out of here." You know what I'm saying? With her New York accent, because she's from Brooklyn, so born in Brooklyn, and yeah, she did that. So just to give you a heads up, she was pretty adamant about that. She thought that was really happening. So, what else you got?
Been smoking weed on the job.
Yeah, sure. Going into the first stocks we got here, this one's interesting. The sentiment of the traders on this one, it's pretty pumped up because they pump up the Now, it is on the promotion list. I will go forward on this one before we any of the new traders, because I've seen some Kage on the boards there, some with some of these, and they're new to the group, things like that. This one is on a promotion list, so you want to. The list went out. People got emailed as far as to check everything out. This one is EENF, 88 Energy Ltd. Last tick was 0.215. Going on to the charts, you could see right here on the handy dandy chart, obviously you had an uptick, and with the graph for a penny stock, it stayed pretty steady. It didn't have, I mean, it did have its giant bump there with the speculation, things like that, with your so-called recovery, and then it supposedly just, fizzled out there. Going into what would you say they do, very important, they're an oil and gas exploration company which engages in the exploration and development of mineral properties. It holds interest in Ice Wine Project located in Alaska. The company was founded in February 21st, 1996, and is headquartered in Perth, Australia. Going forward, Kage, what do you have on the sentiment of stock twits, because that's where the real traders are at? What do you have as far as what the real traders are saying?
I'm seeing a lot of bulls on this one, a lot of positivity for this one.
Okay.
Can you please explain what a bull and a bear is?
Hey, Kage, just for some of the new listeners out there, could you explain what the bulls and the bears are, just so they know, in case? I mean, some obviously the new trader, the older traders know that, but some of the newbies, we have to give let some of the newbies know. So.
Very well. Bulls are the traders who view the market in a positive way, as far as being a little bit more liberal with their funds and their money and willing to take risks.
Mm-hmm.
And bears are those traders who view some of the market or some of the trades negatively and want to be more tight-pursed with their money and not as giving with their funds.
Yeah, good question on that there, Kameo. Just because some people do need to know that. So what are some of the positive things that people are saying about this company for some of the traders? This way the newbie could get a view on what some of the real traders are saying. So.
Yeah, there's an interesting quote from High Earnings, and he says this quote, bullish, that I think is really relevant.
Okay.
He says, bullish, EENF, let us Americans, Europeans, and Australians unite. I am fully in the green on 500K shares. Let's keep this going all the way.
Sounds like he's going to buy the yacht there, huh, Kameo?
Yes, sir.
Looks like going on to the website, they have 88 Energy is Alaska-focused exploration appraisal company across 440,000 net acres of the Alaskan Central North Slope. NPR, a region with a diversified portfolio of 4 highly prospective projects. Project Icewine, Yukon Leases, Project Peregrine, and Unimat Oilfield. The company is operator across all of its portfolio world-class exploration appraisal assets. 88 Energy's drilling programs maintain and adhere strict environmental regulation that exists in the state of Alaska. Its drilling programs also provide significant job job opportunities to local Alaskans. That is true. But didn't one of our friends in the outhouse recently try to suspend some of the lands? I know it was very controversial, and I know it pissed off some of Alaskans on both sides of the aisle. But production there, we'll see what happens. Any good production from this would obviously is going to help your pocketbook, because oil's just going to go through the roof anyway, because supply and demand, we know how that goes with the cutting of the Keystone Pipeline, things like that, and deals like that. It's not helping. The fact that you're in the middle of winter and you're still at 3 and change, and even in some parts of the country where it's 2 and change, people are pretty pissed off that they're paying these high prices. So with that, if you can get this on the cheap in the wintertime, that would go to your benefit. What else you got on? What's your take there, Kameo?
Well, the supply, obviously, like you said, people are crazy. So
yeah,
the world's even getting crazier and crazier. I mean, you can gamble. Because that's what we're doing, gambling our money. Mm-hmm. It's hard-earned work and money that we got to gamble to make a little bit more money.
Yeah, that's a great take. And as far as Kage, what do you have as far as are you seeing things about this Merlin project there?
Merlin project?
Yeah, there's a project.
I haven't seen anything about newsworthy about Merlin or anything.
What's the sentiment of the traders about Merlin? Because I did see something in there. I'll give you some time to check through that there. Okay, guys. So it looks like with Project Peregrine, it's operating with 100% work interest. The acreage was required for 88 Energy off-market takeover, AXCD Energy Ltd. in 2020. The project area encompasses 195,973 acres, which is a number of untested topset play opportunities exist. Multiple independent drilling locations exist. Augie, it looks like you had an interesting take from one of the traders about nonsense. One of the traders wrote. What's that about?
This is from Grim Messiah. He says EENF. Yep, artificial nonsense, winky face, and it also has a link to a article.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the deal on this is that you are seeing some sentiment from some of your traders where there's a pushback, but there's going to be that buyback again. So a lot of your people now are buying in on the cheap stuff. You're going to start seeing a spike on this one going up, most likely towards your spring season, as you see everything ticking up in usage and going up. So that's one you're going to want to keep an eye on. You're also going to keep an eye on this Project Merlin that we've been discussing. It looks like they told investors they're on track to spud the Merlin 2 appraisal well into February 2022, updated for operations. This was a plug a month ago we had. The company in a statement said the Snow Road construction preparations are underway ahead of Merlin 2 drilling operations. Permitting is meanwhile said to be well advanced, and the permit drill is expected to be by year end. Commissioning of Arctic Fox drill rig is slated for January, followed by the spud. So obviously this has to do, I would say the spike has to do with the Arctic Fox drill rig. That speculation in January, because we are in a speculative world here, and Kameo's wearing milk-bone underwear, right? Or no?
Yes, milk-bone underwear.
Yeah, see, you got it there. Merlin is planned to be drilled down to the depth of 8,000 feet, guys. It's targeting some of 652 million barrel oil targets, and it looks like N18, N19, and N20 encountered with Merlin 1. Additionally, the company noted that contractors will be paid via equity with an issue of 88 Energy shares will be issued into escrow prepayment. They can be sold for cash, which can retain an escrow until relevant invoices are paid following completion of the drilling operations. So there you have it. That plug was from Proactive there. What's some more of the sentiment of the real traders there on stock twits there? Because some people get mocked as far as, oh, those aren't the real traders. Well, who is a real trader? Is that the guy in the suit there, Camille?
I don't know. We got to find out from our
Yeah.
friend.
Last time I checked, I know a lot of traders that don't wear a suit. They wear a bathing suit and they swim in their pool and sip lemonade and riding their deals with their swimming shorts. So you don't have to have a suit and tie to be a trader. So unless you're Jim Cramer and the people on the Alphabet News, what do we got? What do we got from the twits there, Kage?
There's some of these. I see a bear for this one.
Okay.
Because mostly I've seen mostly positives for this one. Like this is a comment from Flatjack Sam that says this, which I think is really relevant. EENF, things not so bad. Company lost 72 mil from December 2017 to 2020. Has issued 15 B shares and pretty much no revenue.
Okay.
Drilling permit not yet approved. Polar bear lovers want Merlin 2 drilling ceased. Could be worse.
See, that's a good take for some. Wouldn't you say there, Camille, for some of the new traders that are interested in the stock to know that with that going on with the losses, I mean, it could recover with as far as that, but with that kind of news, man, that's not that great. Wouldn't you say that there, Camille?
You're right.
Yeah.
Not that great.
No, that's not that great. And I know what Camille's thinking right now too on his head. He's obviously got the pump up the gem. It did show up on a promotion list. I know some of you are excited about Merlin. Merlin could be the deal, and it could knock things out. It could be the cat's pajamas, and it could knock things out of the park, or it could just be a bunch of fluff, and you're riding the news, and then what do you say? Come February, January, you get back again, and they dump, and it just goes through that cycle. But we'll have to see how this plays out. I just say put it on your watch list. What do you got there, Camille?
Well, you know me. I always watch and play it by ear. You know, it's like last time my friend Rodolfo, remember? He got taken and he lost all that money, dude. And so.
Yep. That's the thing is he's got a buddy there, got freaking taking his shorts, man. He didn't listen to what we were saying and freaking lost all the dinero. And the old lady, she was freaking pissed, wasn't she, Camille?
Oh, she was mad, dude. You know, last time I came up big was about a week ago, and I made about $40,000. And guess what? Paid for my wife's boob job and everything else. So I got SOL.
Confessions of Cameo. There you go. That's why he was on the beach sipping on 7.7s of Florida. What do you got there, Kage, on your take on this? Is this just on a watch list, or is this a hard pass for you?
I think maybe put this on a watch list, but be a little bit more conservative with this stuff.
Yeah. For new people out there or anybody considering, this is on a promotion list. It is showing up. Do not jump in, especially on the high, unless you are experienced at shorting these types of things, because you'll sit on this, you'll have illusions of grandeur, and all of a sudden, what happens on Friday there, Camille? You get Ski Low Friday.
Kilo Friday, and you can speed on the highway.
Yep. You'll be wishing that you were listening to us when this thing gets dumped. They're gonna dump their stuff. They're gonna dump their stuff. The shorters will, and you don't want to be caught on Ski Low Friday with. They're like, yeah, I got your money, and they're also they're gonna go back the week net of next, and they're gonna go back in and grab the cheap seats. That's what they do. The promotions go out. People get excited. They get the new people. It goes down, and then they go and grab your cheap stuff, and they're laughing all to the bank, and you're stuck. So that's all I got to say about that one. I'm going to call that on the watch list because you can never be too sure about. Well, you got to see what's going on in the projects, and you got to follow all the news, not just the Alphabet news. Like we talk about the program, signal, not noise. We don't. You got to take in all the noise and make your decision, not listen to everything out. You got to take in everything out there to make your decision. So we're out on this one. Unless you guys have anything to add on this, we're going to the next. What do you say?
I say let's go to the next.
Okay, we're out. So they're looking at COVID-19, atopic dermatitis, skin toxicities associated with cancer therapy, chronic wounds, psoriasis, Alzheimer's disease, and also pneumonia. going into the good news, what do you have on stock twits there, Kage? Because that's where the real traders are hanging out. What are you seeing so far on your end?
I'm seeing a mix, but I see one comment that's actually really interesting. This is from Tim Lane. He says, bullish. HOTH. 94,000 a day keeps the 9 to 5 away. Be patient and let the trade play out.
See, this is the interesting thing that we cover with these stocks there, and both of you have been on the show long enough to know that there's some that we've seen on therapeutics. We've covered them on a couple days with the patterns that they do, because some of them are swingers because they're based on news. As they go through their phases and they hit phases, they pop off. So with the eczema, looks like they are into close to the phase 4 there. So these guys have several things in the hopper. They have skin toxicity, the Alzheimer's, acne, the asthma, and so on and so on. You could ride the wave on each one of these phases. That's why we're seeing some of this pop right now. I'm going to go into the alphabets. Are you seeing any sentiment? I know you're seeing a lot of positives. What else are you seeing on there?
Let's see. This is from Vertical. He says bullish. HOTH returned over BWAP shortly before market open. Got halted at market open and got choppy afterwards. Still one has to have an eye on tomorrow. Ran plus 66.3% since first alert. Chart set up in comments, and he's got a little thing of what he did, I guess.
Yeah, and that's the thing, is that these are some of your safer plays versus a lot of your pain. Plus, for one thing, it's over $1. So anything over $1, it is risky still with the gambling casino of the market, but it's not as risky as, say, some of your subs. There's a reason why they got to where they got, and that's why they're here. So, like I said, with this, you're buying something. You're finding your buy point where it's safe for you, but you're riding it until that news bump. And when that news bump hits, you are going to obviously make coin. You also, there could be bad news where they got a bunch of funding and some Tweedledee, not saying for Hoth, but I'm saying for somebody in Company B, and he blows the dough, and it sends it to, you'll be singing Skyfall, going through the window, and you know the rest of the song, and that's a bad version of the movie.
What are you talking about, 007 or what?
I think it's 009. Yeah. I think it's 009, I think, or is that the Goonies?
Is it GoldenEye? Is it Skyfall?
Yeah, it was a bad version of the song I sung. But anyway, I found out why.
That was the one where Halle Berry was coming out of the beach. Dang, that was hot.
Yeah, she is, dude. So, what else do you got before I break the news to you guys? Because I found some news on Hoth. The reason why we're popping.
Let's just say that Team Bullish watch list for January 5th, 2022.
Yeah, I mean, I'll have you dig through there some more, because I'm going to go through Market Watch. There's the plug why we're going up, and like I said, the other things they're working on as you go through these phases, you're going to keep on seeing this. The company said that it has positive results, proof of concept data generated using Alzheimer's disease mouse model, supporting therapeutic potential of HTALZ. The research was conducted for part of the company's sponsored research agreement through the Washington University, St. Louis. Alzheimer's disease, obviously, we all know about it, unless you've been on another planet, is a neurodegenerative disease. Hoth said it was significant to decrease in A seen in Alzheimer's mouse model after acute treatment with HT-ALZ, supporting ALZ to the potential to modify A plaque formation in the brain. The overall positive result from these studies is the first step for the big one in development for HT-ALZ therapeutic, the officer Stephanie John said. So with that, yeah, some of people could be partying on the beach. If this breakthrough comes through, and especially other things that they're doing, because I believe when we covered this before, they were working on other things as well. So this thing is constantly popping, and you could see through the charts that there is a wave. So you're seeing that uptick. If more news comes out with more studies and things like that about this particular treatment or others, there's a chance for there's a potential here for swinging, obviously, day, and there's a potential for long-term hold too. So you can ride all those waves and ride it to as however as you want. So you just got to find your buy point. I say it's very positive. It's something to look at. It is very highly on my watch list. I'm not going to say where the sentiment of the other ones. I wouldn't say get into it now because it's on a promotion list. I will be honest with you. It's on a promotion list, guys. Kameo, where are you at on this one?
I'm on making money, so I'm on it tomorrow.
So what you're saying is you're on to Hoth. So Kameo's got a good grade for Hoth. Kagi, before you give your take, do you have anybody that's saying anything negative that they need to cover on this one? So this way we're not accused, because I know if we say anything positive about, because we like therapeutic companies and biopharmaceuticals, that's just they're safer plays. Do you see anything?
Here's one from this stock trader. His name is Landing 068 plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
He says, HOTH, check that 1 year, 1 day RSI, my baby, at because stocks. And it's got a clip of a girl falling off of a toilet.
Yeah, does he give any reason why he thinks, is there anybody that did a rebuttal to him or anything of why he thinks this, or?
I don't see anything about that. No.
Yeah, I mean we take the alphabets with a grain of salt, but I mean if you go through your Google machine, you've got all kinds of plugs here. So obviously there's no negatives, so the boys aren't dumping to try to get cheap yet. But yeah, you have nothing but positives, which is good. I think with all of the phases they're going through, like I said, you're gonna continue to hit that wave. I see a potential for earnings. It's just what's your game and where are you at. So, but is that the only bear you're seeing? You haven't seen anything today, at least.
I've seen a few bears. Another one from.
You can read it if it's relevant. If they could be bearish about it. I mean, because we just want to see if we can give any information from any traders with experience with this why they don't like it. Is it a rev? Because like when we talked about 88 had people were they were saying they're and same with some of the stocks we talked about yesterday. They had reasons for their losses. What is the reasons on, like, what is there any of them that have a relevant take, or is it just hot to try to get attention? Because you have your hot takers out there, like Kameo, who tries to get people riled up, right, Kameo?
Yeah, all the time. I always thought that's like a gimmick.
Kameo's the hot take machine, so he's ready to go when people are ready to go. So
yeah, there's this one from Antoine Tariq, I think his name is called, and he says bearish, Hoth, H-O-T-H, March 10th, you can add 7.5 mm to the float after lockup expiration, and it has a link to shares and whatnot about aggregate and.
So there you go. So if you go on to StockTwits and see his link, he actually brought his receipts. Now, that's what I'm talking about. Because if you go on to some of these and you are trolling and you just say the stock sucks, people want to know why the stock sucks. Wouldn't you say there, guys? I mean, they want to know what you got to bring the receipts of what you're going to say. I mean, you got to say, well, doggy dog, Joe is not a good person. Well, bring your receipts of why you think that. Don't just say that because you're just saying that. You got to back up what you're talking about. So, what else you got?
I don't think there's much else to really say that's relevant.
Okay, so that's fair. At least that guy brought the receipts. You can go on to StockTwits, check that out. On the alphabets, I don't see anything negative where they're saying out. But if they're saying to get out on the alphabets, you want to take everything what they say with a grain of salt, because they could be trying to hook their buddies up and they'll put out their propaganda machine. So they can grab the cheap, so you suffer. So that's just something to think. Always think before you get rid of your stock, before you're selling off and you're panicking. You got to figure it out, and you'll learn the game here and there, and you'll pick it up. So, what? Anything else you guys want to add on this one?
No, not for this one. No.
Okay, they're out like lake trout, and we'll be back in 2-2 for the last one. Okay, guys, the next stock we have is PSTV. PSTV last tick was $1.22 plus Therapeutics Incorporated. Going into the chart, showing it to the listeners, guys. Looks pretty decent, McGeese, and then it looks like it dies off in September, and then we got an uptick. Now, this one is a very interesting company because of what would you say they do, and they've got some heavy hitter projects in the pipeline we're going to go over. Plus Therapeutics is a clinical stage pharmaceutical company focused on the development of chemotherapies and radiotherapeutics for rare cancers that address medical and market needs. Its products include Renum Nano Lipsum and DocuPlus, DosePlus. The company was founded by Ralph E. Holmes and Christopher in the free state of Austin. Well, Austin, Texas is sort of free. It is a blue area, but we'll just go with that. Not that you cared the district there, but there's I'd say it's purple probably more. But anyways, regardless of that, you have several things in the pipeline before we go into the news. What do you got so far on StockTwits? Because that's where the real traders are at. What's the sentiment on this one from as far as traders going out there on this one before we start into the pipeline?
I'm seeing a lot of generosity and a lot of green bulls here.
It should be because of what they're into. I mean, cancer is affects many people around the world, and as we said with these other ones, as they go through they're going to ride their waves all the time. When they hit their phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4, as they go along, if they hit, that's saying if, it's not saying that we're predicting that it's going to, but as they go and make their progress, and this is for people that are new. If you're older, then and you're an older trader and you're seasoned, then who cares what I'm saying? So, but if you're new, these are some of the safer ones, like I'm saying, because you're riding the waves of the news in hopes, and like we talked about before, Camille, you're also benefiting man and womankind by helping out with the research. That's another thing that we always point out, is that you're helping with the research in these projects. So sometimes it's good to, if you want to donate a little funds, donate to cancer because it affects a lot of people, and try to help with some of these sciences there. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Looks like in the pipeline they have reoccurring glioblastoma. Looks like they're on the fast track for an orphan drug. It's FDA designation there. The funding is NIH and NCI. The status is phase 1. They have the meningeal metastasis. That's in phase 1 FDA approval. So then you have pediatric recurrent pendanoma. That one is pre-FDA. So you have tons of things in the hopper with the FDA here. It's crazy. You have pediatric recurrent high-grade glioma. That's in pre-FDA. And then you have late-stage preclinical of peritoneal carcinomatosis. That's late-stage preclinical, and late-stage preclinical of head and neck cell carcinoma. So several cancers they're working on. Going into StockTwits, because that's where the real traders are at. What do you got as far as sentiment on this there, and why we're popping here?
I'm seeing a lot of green, a lot of hope, a lot of bulls.
Yeah, this is one of the most talked about stocks on the web right now, as far as one of the most popular ones. It is showing up on the promotion list, guys. So just a heads up, just because we're talking about it again, please don't get in if you don't know what you're doing. What do you always suggest there, Cameo? Paper trading, right?
Yep.
Open up a fake account. Yeah, just do Monopoly money and play around and write your stuff down. Get out a notepad like the old timers do, and they're smart people. That's why they made money back in the day. They're not dumb, and so you go ask some. If you're new, go ask some of the old timers what they're doing, because they know what they're doing. Mighty good H2O right there. So what are some? What's that?
I I said, H2O, huh? What's H2O?
Oh, I wonder what that
Can you
is
please
there.
explain that to the listeners, please?
We don't. That's for another show. Go to the Science Guy or the Science Channel and check that one out.
Water sucks. It really, really sucks.
If you can name that movie, Cameo will give you a prize. Now, I'm throwing that out on you because you did that before.
Yeah, I'll give you guys a prize. I got a basketball in the works.
Oh, really? Oh, interesting. So that's funny because a basketball message just popped up. So we'll have to see what that one's all about. Kage, what do you got as far as some of the comments there?
Some of the comments I pulled up this one from Jay Gunner. He says, PSTV, as long as you holding ABS buying up, you will be okay.
Mm-hmm.
No need to sell below $4. Peace and well done if held. It was horrible today, but well done if buying low too. Kudos.
And the other thing here that is a good take because like I said, it's one of the safer plays. It's just you got to find the buy point there as far as where you're getting in. The breaking news on this one comes from on Yahoo. There they said it looks like on here. Sorry, the company has entered a master service agreement with ISO Therapeutics Group LLC for development and manufacture supply of current good manufacturer practices for the grade rhenium-186 isotope for the company's RNL investigational radiotherapeutic. The agreement will help to ensure that rhenium-186 meets the U.S. Food and Drug requirements to use the late-stage clinical trials. Under the MSN, isotherapeutics will develop synthesis, process, and manufacturing controls, test methods, and develop validation, stability studies, as well as manufacture for GMP rhenium-186. So with this going forward, this is you're waiting for the pops and pops. So where you're getting in going forward with this, it's going to be safe. It's just how patient are you, and where's going to be your buy point? Are you going to buy on the dip? I wouldn't buy on the promotion day, obviously, because this is showing up on all emails. Everybody's getting blasted with promotions on this one, if you know what I'm saying there. So I'm going to say this is another highly watched list. Find your buy point, where to get in, and see if it's not for you, and you do your more due diligence, then sit it out, and you could be see where you're at. What do you got? What else you got there, Kameo or Kage?
Like this comment from Vertical. He says bullish. PSTV was a nice runner pre-market and into the open, but after a pop at market open, it sold off massively.
Mm-hmm.
Now, pay attention to tomorrow. Rocket ship gained plus 27.2% since first alert. That set up in comments, and he's got a little chart.
That sell-off that you're speaking of, that's the sell-off from the dumpers after the promotion list. So don't be scared off on that. That's just people locking in their profits and getting out, because the smart trader always locks in profits. So that's some of the people taking advantage of obviously the mail list. You're going to see that. But that's why I say you got to be careful, because you could get in on the promotion day and you're going to get taken on the freaking dump, and then you're going to be pissed off and you're going to dump it, and Kameo's going to go in and grab your cheap crap. So that's Kameo's game. He loves grabbing the cheap. Everybody loves grabbing the cheap. So don't get caught in the pump and dump. That's all we're saying. Additionally, it says important on Yahoo, Plus Therapeutics completed the technology transfer of the analytical test methods with Primero Pharma Solutions, RNL product intermediate. This is an important milestone and precedes the completion of process transfer and manufacturing of GMP drug product intermediate. So there you have it. So these are important steps for their goal to be fully compliant. So hopefully we don't get a comment, guys, coming back that's saying, "Oh, you guys said this was a pump and dump." If you did that, if you do say that, you're dumb, because you need to clean the garbage out of your ears, because that's not what I said. So just for the record, I'm going on the record, guys. I did not say that this is a pump and dump. Correct, Amundo?
Yes, sir.
Okay. What other positive what do you see any negative feedback about this? Is there any negative feedback from any traders?
I saw maybe like one or two, like this one from Preferred Share Brokerages. He says bearish. PSTV. It took 33 million
Someone's
shares
getting
to
sleepy.
get 15 gain on a stock with only 15 million OS. I smell fish.
So pescado.
Yeah, there you go, and that it's possible. It could be fishy there. So at least he brought the receipt. So what else do you got?
I need a turbo force.
Yeah, that get your turbo force, but maybe you're not allowed to say that either now because that could get you cut off. I don't know what to say anymore, man, without getting no advertising. You know.
I need some energy to like a Red Bull.
Full Tide Willie. He says almost went round trip today. PSTV bearish.
Did he bring the receipts on that one, or is he just saying what's his deal?
I think he was just saying it. I guess.
Because
I didn't see him
yeah.
back it up.
Okay. So what's your guys' take as far as are you guys highly watch, or are you guys full pass, or where are you at, Camille?
I already told you what I'm gonna do. I told you that I'm gonna.
He's
buy
all,
it.
I told you. He's throwing the gauntlet down, guys. You got to watch out for him. He's bringing the heat. He's a heavy hitter. You know what I'm saying? So, Kage, what do you got on this one?
I'd say give this a good look. I'd say this is probably worth your time if you want to get in it. Just don't sell for below $4 for this one.
Okay.
For your stock.
Okay.
Just be patient with it.
Okay.
And you'll see rewards.
And if you have any disagreements with any of us, leave it in the comment section. We love to hear comments. We get comments all the time. Probably cover comments tomorrow. I didn't cover any comments. I apologize to the listeners because you are the most important listener out there. You are what make the show good, not just us. So
I was too busy taking care of the dog. Sorry, guys.
Yeah, sorry about the dog. We had to take care of the dog. The dog needed some something good to eat, so we gave the dog the guard
Cookie
dog.
to go back to its bed.
Yeah, tell Cookie. Don't you have a dog named Cookie there, Camille?
No, my dog's name is Sin.
Oh, Sin. Is that Sin? You got him in Vegas, right?
Yep, Sin City. That's why we named her Sin. Check you home, dude.
All right. So what's your all's call out there for tomorrow there?
That's my rollout, my call out. What does that mean? Like, are we talking gangster now, or what?
I guess I don't know. Or whatever we do on the show. One day it's one thing, one day it's another. So
they got all the haters out there.
Well, I'm out on the show. What about you guys?
Oh, I'm over it now.
Okay. What about you there, Kage?
Me too. I'm out too. So
okay.
Good night, listeners.
Don't make it a dog show. And good night now!